So I'm going to try to make this quick because I just did a video and I don't know what happened to it. I get this question a lot. How do you divorce a good guy? And when you're late in life, later in life, lesbian, late blooming lesbian, I'm not sure what we're calling it. Call it whatever you want. You like women and you're married to a good guy and you have children. How do you do it? How do you find yourself, walk and operate and live in your truth, knowing that you're going to likely fuck up somebody else's life? And the answer to that is you just do it, because we can do hard things. You just did a hard thing by coming out later in life. You're doing a hard thing. And if that person, that man is as good as you say he is, and he has been with you, like in my case, I've known him 25 years, my entire adult life. At the time, we were married 22 years. And he is such an amazing person that I could not fathom keeping this and having it affect the way I interacted with him, robbing him of me. So I wasn't one of those ones who harbored my feelings, had these secret desires for women all these years, and that wasn't my story. I'm not saying anything is wrong with those who have, that is their story. It just wasn't my story. So the minute I felt this thing, when that girl touched my leg, when she touched my leg, and then we had another conversation about like, what is this and what is this, what's happening here, I took it to Brian right away. Actually, Brian told me that she liked me before I even knew she liked me, because she was just my friend. And he was like, that girl seemed like she's checking for you. She be eyeballing me, looking me up and down when she come over here. And so I feel like she's checking for you. And I was like, no, that's just my friend. So when I told him, I had to tell him right away. I wasn't keeping that secret from him because it was so strong. That feeling was so strong. I had to tell him. And so we had a conversation about, okay, am I going to try this out? This will be my first lesbian experience. It's only going to be her. He's like, I'm not living in an open marriage. I'm not doing that. And so you can figure out what you need to figure out, but I'm not being in an open marriage, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, I'm going to figure it out and see what it is. And then once I realized that, once that door was opened, and I was like, it made so many other things make sense. So many other things from my past made sense after I had my first lesbian experience. It allowed myself to feel it. Not in secret, not in shame, because I don't believe that I would have had the epiphanies and the key working on the lock experience had I did it in secret. So I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful that when I took it to Brian, he did not, reject me or shame me, because I would not have had the clarity and I wouldn't have allowed myself to feel and to really immerse myself in that had I did it in secret and in shame. So I had to be honest with him. I had to be upfront with him. And that's how I had to do it. I just had to say it. I had to do it and say, I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is real. I don't know if this is a phase or not, but I know I can't figure it out in this marriage. It's not fair to you that I figure it out in this marriage. It's not fair to me that I figure it out in this marriage. And if I'm going to do it, I have to be living and loving out loud. I don't want to live and love in secret. So I know it's difficult. I may be oversimplifying it for the sake of this video. And this is TikTok and not an actual session. But you have to do it. You have to honor what you've built in your relationship with your husband. You have to honor it and respect it enough to say, this is my truth. Now, everybody is not going to handle it like Brian, and I understand. However, you have to have your boundaries in place. You have to know what you need for you. And if you don't have a plan, like financially and all that, that's a whole separate thing if you can't get out of your marriage right now. So how do you live with these feelings and stay in this marriage? Well, you start to develop a plan. you get a plan together. And so, yeah, that's my thoughts on how you divorce a good guy. You honor and respect the goodness that you say he has and the goodness that you've built while you're living and walking in your truth. Keep that same energy and release him to his greatness, because you can't give him all of what he needs if your mind and your heart is in other places.